Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Wednesday. It's Daryl here. It's bright and freaking early, man. It's 3 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. I am excited this morning, man. I don't know if it's because I figured something out and I'm learning new stuff or I don't know what it is. It feels like a new adventure today. I'm still going to be here. I'm not leaving YouTube. I'm not doing less videos here. But I'm downloading the video about REDNOTE and TikTok and Donald Trump. I'm downloading that right now as we speak. And I recorded that yesterday, Tuesday. And I want to talk about REDNOTE because I ran into a few problems. I'm actually so excited to get on this app. I started watching a few videos. It's a Chinese app. A lot of TikTokers and some YouTubers, I imagine too, are trying it out, just like me, are flocking there out of spite because of the proposed, the upcoming TikTok ban. So a lot of TikTokers, they call them TikTok refugees, are flocking to another Chinese app, a real Chinese app, like with all Mandarin writing and Chinese app, a real one. And they're going there out of spite. I guess the U.S. government probably thought everybody was just going to go to YouTube or whatever, and they are not doing that. So this is interesting. I've told you guys before, I'm not one of those people that is afraid of, like, if I'm out in public and I hear somebody speaking Chinese or Spanish or whatever, and I'm not one of those people that are like, you're in America, you got to speak American or English. I am not one of those people. I love hearing languages that I can't understand when I'm out in public. I just think I'm just amazed by language. And I just instantly want to try to figure out what they're saying, to figure out the main words like names or common words and sentences like is, the, trying to decipher what they're saying. If they're talking about something, around them or what. I love doing that. I love learning new things. I like eating new food. And I'm really excited about getting on REDNOTE. Okay, so in the video that I'm downloading today about REDNOTE and TikTok, I was having a problem. I read that a lot of Americans are having a problem getting on REDNOTE because the app is just not set up for the thousands or millions of Americans that are now flocking to this app. And I had a hard time. I got on by downloading my Google YouTube channel, Staying Clean, initially. And I was going to set up my picture, my bio and everything on REDNOTE. And I had a problem, and I want to share with you guys. The problem was I couldn't download my phone number to log in. Like I logged in initially with my Google account, but to do anything further, to download a video, to download my picture, to download a biography, to do anything, I needed to, what they call on there, like some of it is in English. I'll do another video. Most of it's easy to switch it to English. Just go up to the three little lines up over here and go to the gear wheel and then go to general settings and language and set it on English. But I was still having a hard time. What they call binding in Chinese, I guess they call it binding your phone number or downloading your phone number to log in. So I couldn't do anything on REDNOTE. And I thought it was because the app just couldn't handle the large number of Americans, but it wasn't that. It was because I couldn't figure out how to download an international phone number. I kept trying to download my cell phone number, and it kept telling me to use a non-mainland China phone number. And international, it said, international laws, you have to put in a phone number to go any further, to put, picture, download anything. And I was having a problem because a lot of it's still in Mandarin and Chinese. And so this is how it works. There's a place to put your phone number. And the first two digits that popped up, like in the international code, was 86. Now, here's what confused me. My local Connecticut area code is 860. And I thought that was the United States code. So I was trying to figure out how to put in an international phone number. So I hit where 86 because it wasn't taking my phone number. So I tried putting in the 3 digits for area code, then the other 3 digits, and the last 4 digits. And it wasn't taking it. There was still a missing number. And I kept doing that over and over again. So I went to the first 2 numbers, the 86, and I hit the button, and there was just a list all in Chinese and Mandarin. So usually it's all in Mandarin. So I assumed, United States must be listed there somewhere. So I went all the way to the end, because United States is with, U. So whenever I see like countries listed, I usually, United States is usually the last one, U. And so I went all the way to the bottom, and I tried to type it in United States, and 86 still kept coming up. And I kept trying to put my phone number in with that 86 and then my area code and then the other 7 digits, and it wasn't working. So I started thinking about the international phone, there's the 1, because I'm an old guy, I'm 59 years old. I don't usually call out of the country. And I remembered, you dial 1 to get international, 1, and then my area code 860, and then my local prefix 806, and then my 4-digit phone number. And it still wasn't working. So this is how you do it. This is how I figured it out. I remembered that 1 is the international area code for the United States. So I hit the number 86, the mainland China numbers, and I went down that list. They're all listed in Mandarin. I don't know what they say. So there's all these, it's all alphabetical in Mandarin of different area codes. So I went down the list, and instead of picking Mandarin symbols that I didn't know anything about, I went over to the numbers and I looked for +1, because I remember +7 is Russia, and I saw that one over here. So I kept going down, and I found +1 in the list of Mandarin numbers, and I hit +1, and that was the United States International Area Code. So that's how you do it. You hit, if there's when you go to put your number in, if you're having a hard time putting your phone number in, hit that first international code number. Mine said 86. It was an international mainland China number. And go to the list in Mandarin. Look for +1, and hit that +1. That's the United States. And then put in your area code, and then put in your phone number. And that's how you bind your phone number on REDNOTE. That's all I'm going to talk about just for now in this video. I'm all excited about getting on REDNOTE. Like I said, I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying on YouTube. But I watched a few videos by American-speaking Chinese I'll see if I can put the link down below. It was a video on REDNOTE, and it was a Chinese younger guy, and he was having a very hard time speaking English, but he was very excited, and he was speaking in kind of broken English, saying how excited he was to have Americans, come here, and it's like it's a big moment, because there's all this, the governments between the United States and China. There's all this rhetoric about how we're enemies and adversaries and all this stuff. And it was so uplifting watching these videos by actual Chinese people saying, they can't wait to welcome us to REDNOTE and a cultural exchange and all this other stuff. And I love it. I love it. I started thinking this could be a big moment, while our government tells us that China is our enemy and all this other stuff. Maybe this is a big moment where we just kind of push the government aside and just talk person to person, making videos with Chinese people. And that might bridge the gap. It might be a big moment in our United States and Chinese cultural history. This people, a lot of Americans downloading on REDNOTE. I'm going to do another video coming up soon today. There's going to be quite a few videos today because I'm really excited about this. I'm going to talk about some other stuff too. All right, you guys, I'll be back in a little while. You guys have a good Wednesday.